It's funny. I still find myself dancing to that damn intro.
And it's 170. How many?
179, and I'm
Oof.
still rocking to that intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast. I'm JS. We are the Geeks and Company. Well, we're missing a few faces today, but got Mr. Geoff. How you doing, Aka?
I'm good. I like how you've gone very phonetic with the JS over here.
Oh yeah.
I like that. That's nice. It's very.
Listen, it's a running joke where every once in a while I'll get like a telemarketer or I'll be ordering something and they're like, "What's your name?" JS. How did you spell that?
J.
Usually I say
F.
JAY
Yeah.
ESS. No,
There you go.
Usually I'll just say it's J.
The letter J
S.
followed by.
They're like, oh,
Wait for it. The letter S. Catgirl George, Collaborative Cosplay, Andrew Saxon, Myers Corp Cosplay, already out there in the comments saying hello. Guys, welcome back. You are going to notice we are one shy today. Rob is taking a bit of a break, much like I did recently. So it is just myself and JS this week.
Mr.
How's everybody doing?
Mr. Myers had a big episode of his podcast.
He did. Unfortunately I missed it, but yes, Sarah Mittich, I believe is her name. So she was Ariam.
Is it Mittich? Mittich? I'm not.
I don't know the exact pronunciation. She was a guest at Forest City Comic Con last year. Obviously, she had a big role on Star Trek Discovery. She was initially the android, and then the android storyline came to an end, and then she played one of the bridge lieutenants at that point. Excuse me.
Which I think was fantastic that they did that, because you never would have known that it was the same actress playing the android and the character.
No, because they had her under so much.
She had so much prosthetics and makeup that you never would have known. So it's great that they kept her on by doing that.
Hey, Ro, everyone. Actress. Hey, Ro, Jennifer. Yeah, that's what Mike was saying, that they went to school together. I think in Hamilton is how he knew her in the first place, and he was able to get her on the podcast. Well done. I'll have to go back and watch that episode, Mike.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
She did seem great when I met her briefly at Forest City last year when I was a judge there. Wayne Cuffey, Wayne in the house. I feel like it's been a bit since we've seen Wayne.
Yes, sir.
What's going on? And Can Geek Games, what's going on, guys? It's good to see you all. Welcome back once again. We are fresh off of, as we talked about last week, Toronto Game Expo. We're still kind of on, I don't know about you, Jess. I'm still kind of on a little bit of a high.
I sure am.
That. It was such a great show. They do such a good job putting that show together, and everything went off without a hitch. So I'm still kind of riding a little bit high on that. And we're now, at least for you guys anyway, we're in a bit of not a downturn, but there's not a whole lot going on for you guys until we do Star Wars Day.
Right.
At the beginning of May, which, by the way, guys, is now like 3 weeks away. Like it is. It's way too close.
It is. It's coming fast. Have you gotten an update, by the way, from LBC?
I have to go. I'm going to go tomorrow after work. I'm going to grab some signage, and I'm going to start putting them up at some of the local shops as well as at work, just to help promote the event. By the way, guys, just so you guys know, I do still have room for 2 more vendors in the vendor area. So if you or anybody that you think would like to come out to Star Wars Day on May the 3rd, Saturday, and vend, it's only $50 for the table. It runs 3 till 10. That your whole $50 ends up going to the charity. So, which in this case is Ronald McDonald House through Dad Club London. So, if you want to come out and vend, like a couple of the people that are in the chat there, like that Andrew Saxon guy up there, contact me and I will add you to the list. I have room for 2 spots. Other than that, JS, you have some big personal news today.
Oh yeah, well, my house went up for sale today.
Crazy town, absolutely bonkers.
It's been. I don't know that people understand how crazy of a month and a half it's been for me between Comic-Con, and then I had a work job fair in Ottawa, and then we had Toronto Game Expo. So 3 weekends out of the last month and a half, I was away. All the while packing my house, basically moving out, and then doing all the renos so that the place could go up for sale. And now it's done. It's up. Pictures look amazing. Like,
right? You sent pictures, JS and I and me, JS and Rob have like a little chat that we do, and he sent pictures in there. I was like, God damn, I've been to your house, man. That looks dope.
Yeah, it doesn't look like my house. So it's incredible. So hopefully that goes quick so that we can then move on to Jen's house. But yeah, it's been a little bit hectic, and
brother, collaborate cosplay. I still need to fix my mall DeLorean for breaking it at Crowfest. Crowfest was September last year, brother. What are we doing? Well, you got 3 weeks. You got 3 weeks, kid. Figure it out. Can we shoot an MTV Cribs?
Yeah, I mean, hey, Michael, if you'll come to my house and bring the camera, and we co-brand it, sure, I'll do that.
Geeks, Geeks Geek Cribs.
We got to wait till the new prop shop is up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. It's a process, guys. It's a process. Settle down, everybody. It's a process.
I haven't even started looking really. So, I mean, we're looking because we want to understand the market, but we're not looking yet, right?
Yeah. You're just going to survive at Jen's for a time while your house gets sold, and then you'll start looking and seeing your Brady Bunch thing you guys are going to have going on there.
Yeah,
Partridge Family Bus and all that shit up. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the Geeks and Family? Yeah.
I mean, hey, man, whatever.
Wait, are you moving in?
Maybe. I don't know. Am I moving in? I don't know. You would hate it'd be a month in, you'd be like, when is this fucker moving out? There's he's gotta go, man. Is there room in the garage for him? No, nobody wants to live with me, and I don't blame them. Cheers, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Geek Boutique. We're having a couple of drinks tonight just to ease in. As you can see, we're a little more not relaxed this week, but I mean, don't worry, we're going to get to the different segments and stuff, but we don't have this giant thing to talk about that we normally would, right?
No,
we don't have like a pre-show or a post-show, but we're good. Starting a commune, Toronto Prop Expo. Maybe. Hey. John, are you interested? I don't know if that's John or Jen, but whichever one, you're both more than welcome. Don't worry, Jeff, your guest room is on our wish list. Jen's got my back. And Jeff playing the part of the drunk uncle. Yeah, no, 100%. Brother, it's already there, man. We're already there. Speaking of drunk uncle, I am going to be going over, I believe tomorrow after work, I'm going to go check out and talk to our good friends at London Brewing Co-op and get some of the promo material for that event, guys. Perfect. May the 3rd, man. We're 3 weeks away. I know I keep saying it, but man, we're so close. So make sure you're getting ready for that. We'll talk more about that in the community news section.
I think right now, it might be time for the news.
It's the news, brought to you by the Geeks and Company. The Geeks and Company, where we're always fucking with the fonts for some strange reason. Whoo! Chill Thursday, both with vibes and weather. This is Catgirl George. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Canadian weather. I'm not going to give a weather report as part of the news, but if you live in Canada and you live in Southwestern Ontario and you're watching this sucks. I don't know what's happening, but it blows. Anyways, into the news. Probably one of the bigger pieces of news of the last week has been the Minecraft movie. We've talked on this channel before about Warner Brothers, especially Warner Brothers movie studios, really, really needing Superman in July to be a big hit to help save the studio from possible bankruptcy or sale or whatever. And it looks like the Minecraft movie was just like, hold my beer, bro. I got this. As the week leading up to the weekend where it came out, the estimates for ticket sales for the Minecraft movie kept on going higher and higher and higher. And even the weekend itself, it still exceeded expectations. It is murdering at the box office. This weekend will be its second weekend, and we'll get a better indication of what kind of legs it's going to have based on the percentage of drop it's going to have. But I think it's fair to say kids are dragging their parents to see this movie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And holy, I've not seen a single second of it yet. I don't even know if I've watched a full trailer for this movie yet. I don't have a dog in this fight. My kids played some Minecraft and stuff, but I never really got into it. And when I saw like clips of one of the trailers, I was like, nah, that's not made for me. But
yeah,
clearly made for somebody because it's making boku dollars at the box office. I mean, so I guess the question is this going to help? Does this now take some of the pressure off of Superman in July? Does that now not have to necessarily be a giant hit if the Minecraft movie is clearly going to make bank and is obviously going to be profitable for Warner Brothers?
I mean, I don't know. I think they always banked on the fact that this movie was gonna make bank. Listen, Minecraft is probably the longest running video game right now. Like that's play like what else is being played as much as Minecraft and for as long as Minecraft?
Sure, but I feel like if they thought that Minecraft was going to be this level of a hit, they wouldn't have been pinning so much of their hopes on Superman. Right. I mean, you never
They're
really know if
how
a
deep
movie's
are
going to
they,
be a
right?
hit.
Like that's the other thing. Like
Yeah, I
how
don't
deep are
know.
they?
Well,
Right? Are
I'm
they banking
assuming
on this
fairly
movie
deep.
just to finance some of these other fucking flops that they've already had and Superman's what's gonna keep them afloat for the next little while? I mean, I don't know. Listen, it's not looking good in general for Warner Brothers, and I know we've been
No, it's
talking about
not.
this for a couple weeks now, but
Sure.
it's gonna I'm not looking forward to what's gonna happen with some of these properties once they do go under.
Okay, well,
'Cause
hang on.
they
Let's not
because they're bound to go
let's
under,
not.
dude.
Well, I
They're
mean,
gonna
let's
go under,
hold on. Let's not. Let's. I mean, you're talking about a movie studio that's like 100 years old. Like, it's not a foregone conclusion that they're going to go under.
dude.
It's a possibility. They've had a string of Disney had a string of terrible. Disney almost went under in the 90s. Marvel almost went under. Like, some of them almost go under, and then they find a way to save it, and then they move forward.
Well, Marvel Studio was saved by Disney buying them out, but yeah.
No, but Marvel Comics had to sell off all their movie rights
True.
to keep from going bankrupt. So I mean, I think there's things that they could do, and they have enough IPs available to them. Again, they're still casting for the new Harry Potter show that's going to be out on Max. That they're talking,
Yeah,
10-year
they're
thing.
tapping into a lot of big properties over the next little while, and they have to
Yeah,
because if those don't pay out, they're fucked.
Well, and now they have another franchise on their hands. Like, there's no way there's not going to be another Super Mario Brothers movie, and now there's no way there's not going to be another Minecraft movie.
Yeah,
right?
with how much money this is making, there's for
100%
sure going to be a second movie.
Speaking of, I don't know what we're calling this, but they dropped the first trailer for Tron Ares.
Yeah.
I mean, the trailer, if you haven't seen it, clearly shows that the thrust of the story is some of the AI programs that we see in the original Tron and Tron Legacy end up making it out into the real world.
Mm-hmm.
One of those programs is played by Jared Leto, and it's called Ares. And you, in the trailer, you get to see some of the interactions between the programs, especially on the light bikes and the real world, and what impact that's going to have. And I know Jeff Bridges is in it, because he's talked about it and such, but it doesn't.
I'm pretty sure you hear his voice in the trailer, don't you?
Yeah, I'm concerned. I don't know that it's necessarily a sequel to Legacy, though. As far as that,
No.
like, is it like, you can't ignore the original Tron and Legacy if you're going to involve Jeff Bridges. Like, if it's not just a clean sort of slate. I'm worried as to how they're going to tell this story and still incorporate Tron and Tron Legacy to make this jibe with what's come before and not just be a completely weird one-off thing, if that makes any sense.
I don't think it. I mean, it's within that world, right? It's yeah,
right.
Bridges are going to be in it because it's within that world. And this is not a reboot, right? Like,
No,
this is a continuation of that story. What can I give you for an example? You know how the do you know what's his name? Peter Jackson.
Sure.
Not Peter Jackson, sorry. The Lightning Thief. Percy Jackson. Peter Jackson. Percy Jackson. You've got that series of books, and then you've got like 3 or 4 other series of books that are within that world without being Percy Jackson books. That makes sense.
Are they called Percy Jackson something though, or they just take place in the same universe and they're called something else?
I believe they're called something completely different.
Right. So here's the problem. This is called Tron Ares.
Well, yes. Listen, I don't know, man. All I know is I hate Jared Leto.
Like, is John on point here? Ares looks like it's going to be another. Now, I'm concerned that you're saying another disaster movie using Tron to get people to see it, because I hope you're not saying that Legacy was a disaster movie, because Legacy. I really enjoyed Legacy.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't like a huge runaway hit, but I did really, really enjoy Legacy. I know it's a divisive film, and I know it probably doesn't. The story is pretty convoluted and whatever, but I don't know about casting Leto in anything. Yeah. No, Legacy was good. Okay. Okay, good. When you said another movie, disaster movie, using another disaster movie using trying to get people to see it, I was like, oh, what was the first disaster movie using trying to get people to see it? Good.
Mm-hmm.
The Ares Shield reminded me way too much of Pixels. I did see that, King Geek Games. I did see quite a few people making that. But I mean, as soon as you have the programs coming out into the real world, I think you're going to kind of have that's going to happen, right? It's very Matrix. It's very.
That's my real concern about this movie, though, because it looks dope. The new suits
does.
look amazing. The new light bikes look amazing. Like it all looks amazing until
I got you now.
Like police cars are crashing into them and pixels are flying away, and it's like, wait, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, here's the problem with something like this: is it's there. The story has to progress. So in Tron, you get like sort of the birth of the grid. You get to see how it works, and then in the second film, you get a much deeper dive into the grid, how you get in, how you get out, that type of thing. So the third movie is just another movie on the grid. Like you have to find a way to tell a new story in the same world and make it progress or evolve the story. Yeah. What else can you do other than bring the programs into you've already brought the humans into the grid. You've got to take the programs and bring them out to the human world. It's just the progression. Whether it's going to work.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not on a good pace right now for Jared Leto led movies. There's not. No. I don't know the last time that he starred in a film and it made a lot of money. It's been a minute.
It's been a while, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see what happens. It looks dope. I'm going to end up seeing it regardless. But another piece of news I came across. They were talking to Vincent D'Onofrio, and he is the gentleman that plays Kingpin in Daredevil, but in the various Marvel television shows that have been. He was in Echo, he was in Hawkeye, he was in the original Kingpin on Netflix, and now he's on the new Kingpin, Born Again. And he let drop that his character, the Kingpin character, can only appear on the TV shows due to the rights issues with the characters. He cannot appear in MCU movies. So the supposition here, because of course the character has appeared in Into the Spider-Verse, like in some of the Sony stuff,
he's a Spider-Man villain.
He's technically a Spider-Man villain. Right. Now, I don't know why that means he can still be used on TV as opposed to in the films and such. But he was very, very clear. He's like, I will not be in the films anytime soon unless some sort of an agreement is made between a further agreement is made between whoever holds the movie rights to this character. And so it's interesting that we're still this far down the path. And as much as Disney has bought Marvel and bought so many other things, that there are still characters that they can't use, or have to find some way to get a license agreement or circumvent or whatever. I keep seeing people wanting a World War Hulk movie. Well, we can't get a World War Hulk movie unless they do like they did with Planet Hulk and hide it in another movie, because Universal still owns the distribution rights to Hulk. Mm-hmm. So you can't make a solo Hulk film anymore, unfortunately. I mean, you can, but then you have to cut Universal in on distribution, and Marvel doesn't want to do that. Sorry, Disney doesn't want to do that. So it's interesting that we're this far down the road, and there's still all this legalese and rights issues that they sort of have to wade through whenever they're putting any of these projects together. Like, oh, can we use this guy? Oh, we can only use him on TV? Oh, well, we'll use him on TV, but we're going to build like this whole little mini universe on TV, and we can only take certain characters from that universe and put them into the movies like they did with Daredevil in No Way Home in his brief cameo that was there. Whether or not he's going to be in any of the Avengers films, I don't know, but I don't know. I think it's interesting where they're still trying to figure out some of these rights issues with these characters. I don't need Kingpin in the big movies, don't get me wrong.
No.
But, speaking of the big movies, though, they were talking to Haley Atwell recently, and she said, and apparently someone confirmed it in some sort of a trade publication, that Haley Atwell, who plays Peggy Carter, is confirmed to be in both Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know if that means we're going to get more Captain Carter.
I believe so.
That would be my guess, since it's obviously a multiversal tale. I would love to sit here and say it's because we're going to find a way to bring Steve back. Like, we're going to get the actual Peggy Carter, that he goes back in time. Like, we're going to go back.
That'd be wicked
to get Steve and be
that'd be wicked.
We'll return you to this time when we're done, but we need you right now for XYZ.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to see. I know Evans has been very clear on not wanting to revisit that role unless it because it's very precious and special to him. So unless it's like the most amazing story ever. He doesn't want to come back, but at the same time, Secret Wars would seem to be, if you're going to bring him back for kind of one last swan song,
That would be
how
it.
do you not have Captain America facing off against the Robert Downey version of Doctor Doom? I mean, that to me, that's just money. So, I mean, I feel like you've got to drive a dump truck full of money up to Chris Evans' house and be like, listen, brother, what do we need to, here's the check. It's blank. You fill it out. We just want you back for this one film so we can have this moment on screen that's going to get which half of her appears as choreographed. I'm hoping the top half, but I mean, yeah, hey, listen, it's a family show. It's fine. We will see what happens, but apparently she's supposed to be in both. So we'll see what happens. Speaking of Doomsday, Kevin Feige so here's been the weird part about this whole Doomsday thing. I think Marvel's getting a sense of where they are in the zeitgeist and how they're sort of being viewed upon, because having that whole chair lineup thing for Marvel to reveal that much this far out from the film it feels like it's something they've almost never done before. And now Feige's dropping more nuggets that in past iterations during the Infinity Saga, he never would have said any of this. It would have been just like, buy a ticket and go. It's the only way you're going to find out. He has said Doomsday will focus on the Avengers, the Wakandans, the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, and the original X-Men all fighting Doctor Doom. And that's backed up in large part by by those chairs that you saw in that reveal that Marvel did for 5.5 hours. But for him to drop that kind of, I don't know, all this kind of stuff, to me anyway, seems like they're getting away from sort of what got them to where they are. And I think they're doing that to try to build up hype for this 2-movie saga that I think they're maybe worried is maybe not going to get the same kind of ticket sales that they were hoping it would when they planned this way back when. But what Swan Song, I feel like Cap's story is done and very well wrapped up. I agree. Like I said, it's only so you can get Evans and Downey on the screen together at once again. That's all I'm saying. Desperate. You're thinking of the word desperate. Yes. No, absolutely.
100%.
No, brother. They got to put some butts in seats. We talked about this last week. You don't have an Avengers and an Age of Ultron to lead into Infinity War and Endgame this time. What you had was a mishmash of TV shows and movies, none of which really seemed to smash the zeitgeist the way some of those original films did. And now you're trying to bring all of that together along with all of the original stuff in just these 2 films. Because you didn't have any team up films coming into this where you brought everybody together like they did in the Infinity Saga. Mm-hmm. So they have a lot of heavy lifting to do in just 2 movies. So either Marvel is desperate and wants to build a pipe, or there's a much bigger surprise. Dare I say, Chris Evans? Yeah, I don't know. Feige has since said that the chair lineup is not the entire cast. That there's going to be more cast revealed as we move forward. So, and that makes sense. But at the same time, yeah.
What does that actually mean, right? Are they going to do just a bunch of side characters that they're going to be added on that they're going to announce, or is there actual big names still to be added here?
Especially what you've talked about with like if Secret Wars sort of ends the whole multiverse saga and it's almost like a soft reboot, and then we go into the X-Men, don't you kind of want to trot out as many of your OG guys as you possibly can to really have their last swan song? You've already got RDJ coming back, yes, in a different role, but you're still going to get RDJ on screen. Here, Chris, here's the check, man. Fill it any number you want. Just please come on. I don't care if you're in the movie for 10 minutes. Just
it makes sense. Yeah, it totally makes sense.
That's all I'm saying.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this has been planned out since Endgame, like Secret Wars, and the fact that he's done, but he was gonna come back for Secret Wars.
Right.
That may have already like this could have been in motion since.
They make it seem like they've got plans years and years and years in advance. I mean, obviously, stuff that would be happening with movies and TV shows that are successful and that are not successful would have to like somehow change some of that stuff. But yeah, they make it seem like, oh yeah, we've known 10 years in advance that it was going to lead to Secret Wars and we were going to have X, Y, and Z there and blah blah blah. But actors are fickle, contracts are weird. We'll see what happens.
You're saying. I'll be honest, no one really got me excited to watch Doomsday until I saw Marsden was coming back as Cyclops. I mean, that's not the part that got me excited.
You're the first and only. I don't know if James Marsden is as excited to come back to Doomsday as you are to have him back.
I mean, I'm happy to see these X-Men coming back. I mean, even if it's just for this one last time, whether we see any of them ever again, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these extra cast members are going to be some of the first class X-Men, Blade, other characters, Elektra. They've already brought some of the, and they've already told us Gambit's coming back. So, I mean, this is a multiverse story. There could be a bunch of people included in this. Soulstone. Well, I mean,
no. Read that again. Secret Wars is based on the soup stone. Oh, I love a good soup stone. That's my absolute favorite. Which stone is the soup stone? Do you just like snap your fingers and it's unlimited soup for everybody? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Silky, clip this. Make sure that this is in the next shorts. The soup stone, guys.
Perfect. Soup stone.
Love it. Having OG Magneto and Prof X in this is what's getting me. Yes, I kind of like JS's idea though, of bringing in some of the first class people. Like if you could get like a James McAvoy and a Michael Fassbender to come in, that would
even
also
if it's for a cameo, right?
Yeah, because I mean, we did see Professor X in Multiverse of Madness, and of course, we did see Wolverine and such, and some of the other X-Men in Deadpool and Wolverine. So I feel like that's already been explored somewhat, but I guess we'll see. The soup stone, love it. Oh my god, that's so good. Two more quick pieces. I'm going to go in reverse order here, though. I am going to say this one. And by the way, guys, not interested in having a political debate. It's not why I'm bringing this up. It's relevant to what we're talking about. China is already really cognizant, I guess. They take their time on what U.S. made movies they will approve to be shown in China. And they go through an exhausting process of making sure that none of the scenes in the movie are going to be offensive to the Chinese audience. And they will actually edit American-made films to make sure it's not going to be. But even then, the Chinese government, the CCCP, will take they will only allow so many American-made films to be shown in China. Now, with this escalating trade war between the U.S. and China, the Chinese have now said we're going to further restrict that now to a point where it's going to be extraordinarily difficult to get newly made. Anything that had already been approved will still be going over, but newly made U.S. films will have to go through a much stricter process and very likely will not be showing in the Middle Kingdom in China. So that probably doesn't seem like huge news, but depending on what the movie is, like Avatar is a good example. The Avatar films have been very successful in China and have contributed quite a bit to the huge box office that's been a result of those films. If those films are not able to open in China moving forward, that's going to cost money. It's going to cost jobs. It may cost future movies being made, movies that were reliant on some box office coming from China. If they know they can't get the movie to open over there, that movie might not even get funded at that point or greenlit. So it is going to have an impact. Again, I'm not interested in debating the political ramifications of that. This is simply a fact that was announced today as far as U.S. made movies opening in China. So looks like there is going to be some real world consequences, unfortunately. So
yeah, and it's going to start affecting the box office of some of these big giant movies, right? So
I'm saying,
how is that going to end up? See, and forget about the tariffs themselves, right? And all that nonsense, but just how the ramifications of something like this, like you said, now they're going to be stricter on movies being shown in China.
And they were already strict.
They were.
So now it's going to be like,
Marvel putting out movies that do, billions of dollars worldwide. A big portion of that comes from China.
Yeah.
Right.
How is Vin Diesel going to make the next Fast movie? Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the cosplay space too. No, 100%.
Right.
Yeah, guys, it is going to have an effect. So just keep that in mind as you're watching this stuff come. And the last bit of news, I left it to last for our good friend JS. A new trailer has just dropped. JS, why don't you talk about this? Because this is clearly a little bit more up your alley.
Well, it's funny because Freakish is in the chat right now. I saw the trailer and then I was like, oh my God. And then I go to my Instagram to send Freakish a message about the trailer. And 8 minutes earlier, he had sent me the trailer.
What trailer are we talking about?
So, guys, there's a brand new trailer. There's a new Predator movie coming out. And it's not just a Predator movie, actually. It's an anthology movie. So it's going to be a bunch of short stories. It's anime. And it's brutal as fuck. It's called Predator. Killer of Killers. I think
Killer of Killers.
Killer of Killers.
Yes.
Listen, it looks brutal as hell, to the point where I wish they had have just made this in live action. Like, I don't know why they didn't. And this is the concept we've been talking about for so long. This is the director of Prey that is putting this together,
Dan
and
Trachtenberg.
it's
Yep.
going to be a bunch. Is going to be this. I don't know if it's the one predator or multiple predators, but in different timelines. In
Yes. So
feudal
there's three
Japan,
main stories.
in World War I, and then what's the other one?
So three main stories: Vikings, feudal Japan, and World War II pilots. So like literally in the sky.
Literally all three things that the fans have been talking about for years. They actually did it, but it's anime. Now, it still looks amazing. I'm still going to watch it.
Yes.
I just wish this was an actual like live action thing that they did.
Well, Trachtenberg is the guy that's kind of like, like he's kind of like the guy. So this is not going to interfere with the live action Predator Badlands, which is going to be opening in November of this year. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but yeah, the trailer is definitely, it's a feast for the eyes, by the way. Even if you're not an anime fan, because I am not an anime fan, it looks gorgeous. I just don't know, kind of like what JS is saying. I don't know. It definitely keeps me in mind of the Animatrix.
Yes,
where they had a similar project, right? They took the Matrix world and concept and they made some anime surrounding it, and some of them were fantastic. Some of them were like just okay, but like some of them were so very good. I'm really hoping it's going to help further build out the Predator universe for us, so we can get to see, like you're saying, traveling through time, not traveling through time, but seeing the Predator at different times and how that's affected humanity throughout. Pretty fucking cool concept.
They also showed some footage from Badlands at
CinemaCon.
Is it CinemaCon? I was going to say that, but I wasn't sure now.
That was the big show. That was
now that footage is not released online other than one image.
Right.
And we don't know what that image is. It doesn't look like a predator. It looks maybe like a human that's in armor rather than a predator that's in armor. The insinuation is that this is going to be a predator on the run.
Well, the breakdown of it is the predator is the protagonist. He's correct. He's the good guy.
Yeah, you're following the predator around as he's fighting hundreds or thousands of aliens of some sort, right?
Yeah, which is cool. I like that concept.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I've always liked the thought of the predator being sort of the star of the film.
Yeah, can we have one survive?
Yeah. And learn more about their culture and their species and their planet of origin and all that kind of jazz. And I know that will kind of like rub off like some of the mystique that surrounds the predator that makes it a little bit cool. So I don't want like too deep a dive on it, but I still think it would be fascinating to see an interpretation of their internal culture and caste system and everything else that would work with that. So
I agree.
Hopefully it's something along those lines or an opening salvo into that. But guys, that is the news. If you have some news items that you would like us to talk about or look forward to hearing about, then please go ahead and message us or let us know in the comments, and we'll be happy to talk about that on the next show. I spend hours combing sites trying to find legitimate news. Don't laugh at when I say hours. Okay, I spend minutes combing legitimate news sites trying to find actual news items and not rumors or whatever.
Rumors are fun to talk about.
They can be, but in a lot of cases it's horseshit. So we're doing the news. We're not doing like, oh, hey, have you heard? Right. So we're gonna stick to that for now. But yes,
we're not doing did you know? No,
okay. That's we're definitely not doing did you know. We're not doing fan theories for this one. So, but yes, guys, that is the news. We will see you next week with next week's news items. Stay tuned right here. But I believe now it's time for usually our Rob the Bad Guy segment, but JS is going to take over. It's community news.
Community news.
See, there he is.
Never gets old. He's still on the show. He's here in spirit. Cheers,
Rob. Guys, Rob is usually the one doing this. And like I mentioned last week, or I think I mentioned last week, I am working, or maybe I didn't tell you guys. I told Rob and Jeff, I'm working on this tiny little screen. So now that I got my notes up, I can't see you guys at all. Actually, I can't see you at all.
That's okay. For the best. That's for the
okay.
Best.
We'll run through these. We'll figure it out. A lot of these we've already talked about in the last few weeks. Although I don't know that we officially talked about CK Expo, but CK Expo is coming out or it's coming up in 2 weeks. 2-day show.
Mhm.
Your second year as a 2-day show.
Mhm.
April 26th, 27th.
11th year of the show itself, though.
Yeah.
So very, very cool.
Yeah.
And I will be there. I'm at least interviewing one of the two major guests, and every single year I host the cosplay contest.
Yeah.
Our good friend Richard Bakari from Midlife Cosplay is going to be there as a guest. He's going to be one of the judges.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's
So, in fact, he and I are going to be sharing a room together, so you can expect all kinds of crazy shenanigans going on there.
Perfect.
And I mentioned this before too. CK Expo, run by our good friend Rob Bellamy, is a nonprofit show. So proceeds from the show, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to confirm with Rob this weekend, in years past have always gone to Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Chatham-Kent. I believe it's the same way this year. Regardless, it is being run as a nonprofit. I'm going to confirm with Rob where the proceeds go as far as that goes. But it's a fantastic show, guys. I highly recommend coming to check it out. It's cool. It's laid back. It's super fun. And you get to bug me because I'm there both days. And I'm there like all day both days. So you trust me, you will not be able to miss me.
Yeah, and they've got some they're getting more and more guests at CK Expo, aren't they?
Mark Ralston.
Mark Ralston
has been in Hollywood forever. He was Drake in Aliens. I literally just rewatched The Departed, and he's got a pretty meaty part in The Departed as well.
Yeah.
He's been in a million things. I can't wait to get a chance to see
Lethal Weapon, Shawshank Redemption, Racer with Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
I mean, those are just some that I could think off the top of my head. But
yeah,
if you look up his IMDb, he's probably been in like 100 freaking productions again.
Yep.
And
then Harlan, of course, was in Prey, but he's best known as Sanguinette on Shoresy in the first season of Shoresy. So I believe I'm getting to.
He only had a small role in Prey before he got killed off, didn't he? Yeah.
Correct. Yes. But like he was a major player in the first 3 seasons of Shoresy. So
that's right.
Which he's probably best known for now. So I'll get a chance to talk to him. And yeah, man, it's just a great show. So I recommend everybody come on out. Aaron from Goes is there, has a big presence there. If you like doing tabletop games, you like playing the video games, that's going to be there. There's a cosplay contest, there's kids cosplay contest, there's a catwalk they do. It's just a good time for a good cause, run by one of the best people in the business, with Rob Bellamy, tirelessly run by that man. So check it out for sure. I don't know what I'm wearing yet, by the way. I haven't even thought about what cosplays I'm bringing to that show. So
aren't you usually Obi-Wan at this show? I feel like
I don't know if I've actually ever been Obi-Wan at this show. So, but I've done
I'm pretty sure you've hosted the cosplay contest there as Obi-Wan a couple of times.
Maybe Obi-Wan. I've done it as Negan a bunch. Last year I did the cosplay contest as Loki.
Oh, that's right.
Actually, I was Thor on Saturday and Loki on Sunday, so maybe I'll try to find another matching couple of costumes. I don't know. Who cares what I'm wearing? I'm not there to. I'm there to help the show. It doesn't matter.
That's fair.
But it's gonna be a good
time. Guardians of Hope. Doing a charity shoot April 19th. I mean, we talked about this a couple times. Vintage Light Studio in Toronto. Solo 2 Photography. Our boy Roll Tide Media. I know people have been calling him Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Freaking hates it, but
Alabama, sir.
Our buddy Justin from Roll Tide Media, which, by the way, we've got a lot of pictures coming from Justin, and I've just been too busy to post anything. But yeah, keep your eyes out.
Well, he's got a contest in his stories right now where he's got a bracket going with vote for
that you're in.
He messaged me and he's like, "Oh, you're going to be in tough. You're up against Torva cosplay." I'm like, "No one's voting for the old guy sitting in the chair."
Well, you were leading when I voted. Just as an FYI.
Thank you for your vote, guys. Check out Rotide Media stories there. Don't vote for me. Vote for whoever you think is the. I hate these types of contests pitting us against each other. Should all be lifting each other up. Torva looks fantastic in her cosplays. She looked fantastic all weekend at Toronto Game Expo. And Justin's an amazing photographer. So, but yeah, go check out his stories and at least support the cosplayers that you're seeing in the stories there, and vote for whatever you'd like.
Yeah, other photographers are going to be at this event. Our buddy Mark Briones, Andrew taking photos. So yeah, go check it out.
The usual suspects. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a charity event. I mean, the way that it works is they're looking for toys, clothes, blankets, new makeup, personal care, gift cards, things to support women and children in need. Go check it out. All the details are at Guardians of Hope Toronto on Instagram. Capes of Chaos are also going to be there, and they're going to be at Compass. Holy cow! I'm having a hard time saying this one. Compass Con Leaside, which is the same day. It's in the same location, I believe. Are they in the same location, or are they like attached? Or I feel like they're associated. Rob never went into the details exactly, but I feel like they're associated. Like they're doing the con during the day, and then at night everybody's going over and doing the photo shoot or something to that effect. So check it out. Go check out the Capes of Chaos Instagram. All their details are going to be there.
Speaking of Capes and Chaos, Tiffany a little there got sucked into a video game and lost track of time. What video game?
Oh, we need to do a video game episode.
I spent this past weekend, and I spent hours and way too much money trying to hunt down some N64 games with my son.
Yeah.
He and I went out shopping in London.
Yeah,
that's some of the places in
Any
London.
specific ones he's looking for?
He really wants Smash Bros. He wants a Super Smash Bros. 64.
Yeah,
is what we're kind of after now. We did end up getting Mortal Kombat Trilogy for the N64. We found a legit copy of that works. So he's been basically playing that the whole time since we've got it for him. So yeah, I get it, man. Fall into those video games. It happens. It happens. And now he's got the N64. Now I just take my wallet out of my pants every weekend and I just light it on fire because trying to find working games from 30 years ago that are still in good enough condition to play.
Yeah.
And of course, all the titles he wants are all the high end AAA titles.
Well, the popular ones, right?
That's what I mean. Like there's nothing that he wants that's just a cheap ass. Every title he wants is like a $60 to $80 title. I'm like, oh, for the love.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Like they're more expensive now than they were when they were brand new.
100%. Now there's a place in London called Game Cycle that's really good about having all those old things. So we found 3 or 4 titles of his that he wants, but yeah, same thing. I'm like, bro, buddy, I can't just drop 300 bones on video games for you this weekend. We're gonna have to like pace this out for your old man a little bit. He's like, okay, Dad, okay. But I did get him Trilogy, and I know he's been playing that pretty much nonstop since then. So hopefully, Jakey, I hope you're watching this. I hope you're enjoying it, buddy.
So Tiffany was saying, no, they're separate events. So they're not affiliated, I suppose.
Yeah, I haven't made it out to Jumbo Video yet, Tiffany. I gotta get out there. The Game Cycle is in my end of town, so we went out to that. But I've heard Jumbo Video's got a good collection out there too. I'll have to check it out.
They're on the other side of the tracks. In other news, I mean, you talked about it a little bit. Of course, Star Wars Day is coming up. In 3 weeks.
Fuck, it's that? So fuck. I can't. It's so
3
weird.
Weeks.
It's guys.
I mean, yeah. So, we're gonna have a great time. If it's anything like it was last year, there's gonna be a lot of people. And can I be honest? Can I take 2 seconds and be honest here?
It's your show, dude. You can do whatever you want.
The charity thing is great. And the vendor things is great. That was a way to add to the charity thing. The beer is great. And the fact that they're giving to charity is great. But we got all our buddies to come out and party with, like not the whole cosplay community, but it's so many people in the cosplay community to come out and hang out. Just have fun. Just fucking get dressed and have fun. We don't need a con.
No.
Do ourselves.
Yeah.
This is what this show's about, right? For me, the charity aspect is fantastic, and I want to support the charity because it's a fantastic charity, right? It's the Ronald McDonald House charity. Let's be honest. If there's a good charity to be supporting, it's those guys. Sick Kids Hospital gets a lot, and I know they need support. Don't get me wrong, but anytime people give, they're giving to sick kids. They never give to Ronald McDonald House, right? There's a lot of families that they can't even afford to be at Ronald McDonald House because they're not working. Right. So even though they can get into Ronald McDonald House, a lot of them they don't have enough money for food. They certainly don't have enough money to start buying gifts and stuff like that. Like it's a struggle sometimes in there, and Ronald McDonald House gets very, very little support other than from McDonald's. And when you buy the Ronald McDonald House Happy Meals, right?
Yeah.
So they're a fantastic charity to support. They absolutely need it. Not that Sick Kids doesn't need it. Again, not what I'm saying. But yeah, so the charity goes to Ronald McDonald House Charities. We all get to hang out.
Yeah, it is just an excuse to dress up and be silly geese and drink beer and eat food and have a good time, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And this year we've added karaoke. Which,
But
when everybody's already drinking and they're in costumes, what more could you ask for than to have drunk idiots getting up at a mic and butchering your favorite song? That's what you're going to get this year. We're still doing the bingo again. And I have mentioned before earlier in the podcast, we do have a couple, we have 2 vendor spots that are still available. So whether it's you or someone you may know, have them reach out to me and message me either on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever. John, you heard it here first. The kid says too much money.
That's not what I'm saying.
And did you notice, by the way, I just let him go. I'm like, nope, he's on his own on this one. I'm not going to rescue him. I'm not going to interject in any way, shape, or form. He's like, in this charity battle to the death. It's the sick kids versus the Ronald McDonald. Who wins? The kids or the clown? Place your bets.
The kids.
Nope. Nope, we're gonna let him just hang him, just tie his own rope and hang him on that one.
Not what I'm saying.
But
I'm
yes,
saying,
no.
In this grand scheme of things, the parents,
in the grand calculus of the multiverse.
Yeah, exactly.
No. We were very, very lucky when we first started this event that we asked London Brewing Co-op if they already had an association or a relationship with somebody that was involved in the charity aspect. They immediately mentioned Dad Club London because they had worked with Dad Club London before, and Dad Club London is tied in with Ronald McDonald House Charity. So as soon as we heard that, then we were like, sign it, we're on board. And so for the last 2 years, that's what it's been. And we've managed to donate a substantial sum of money to them. We hope to make even more this year. The vendor fees did go up. So we're going to start off with a little bit more of a sort of a big bump early on, but we're going to be counting on you guys as well.
There's more beer.
I mentioned it before, the canned beer only. So buy the canned beer. 50 cents from every can sold. By the way, last year there were 15 cases of cans. This year there's going to be 32 to 35 cases of cans. So there's going to be over twice as many cans. 50 cents from every can sold goes to the charity. And then 100% of the raffle tickets sold. I think we're going to probably get both Megan and Jen working on selling the raffle tickets throughout the event. Buy your raffle tickets. 100% of the raffle tickets sold also go to the charities. And if anybody, by the way, I haven't seen It's an Onion on for a little bit, but our good friend Bob last year donated 2 gigantic gift baskets for the raffles, and a ton of tickets were those. And those, by the way, those gift baskets. Someone else we haven't seen in a while is our good friend Megan Secondhand Shoes. She won one of those gift baskets, and it was bonkers the things that were in that gift basket, the Star Wars toys. So, excuse me, I highly encourage you guys to get in on that and support those causes, especially with the raffles. Raffles. If anybody has things like with Bob, if they want to donate, any of the vendors that are in the channel, if you have items that you want to donate to the raffle, please by all means talk to me about it. See me put together some little gift thing or whatever. We'll put it on the raffle table and we'll put a thing on it and get people buying for that too. The more things we have on that raffle table to raffle off, the more money we'll be able to raise for the charity as well. So, and then we're going to get drunk and sing songs like idiots, and it's going to be fucking great. In costume.
I can't wait. Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to take my helmet off to sing, but
You will have to take your helmet off to sing. Although it'd be funnier if you didn't.
I mean, it could be funny, but So Star Wars Day, guys, May the 4th on May the 3rd for the 3rd edition of Star Wars Day from the Geeks Co. London Brewing Co-op, May the 3rd, 2025 in London, Ontario. Even if you're not in the area, come on down. There's people coming from all over the place. Last year, we had people from Buffalo. We've got people as far as Peterborough with our buddy Richard. We had people from, I'm trying to remember now. We had people from all over the place.
Yeah, all over the GTA, obviously. Someone needs to do that Chewbacca song, of course. I'm definitely going to be doing a little bit of lounge singing, like Bill Murray, like lounge singing, like you know what I'm talking about. We'll make sure you can talk with a helmet or mask on. Absolutely, says Cat Girl.
I mean, you can 100%.
Yes, you absolutely can. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. We're gonna have fun regardless, and I encourage all of you to go up and sing because we're all gonna be bad. So don't feel shy. Just get up there and do it. It's fun. Any other community news items, JS?
Just a couple quick. May is just around the corner, really, at this point. Anime North, obviously coming up, end of May 23rd and 25th. Again, our buddy Aaron with Goes is going to be running again the what are they calling the gaming? What do they call it? Gaming North is what they call it.
Sure.
I think they call it Gaming North. Either way, there's the whole gaming section of the building. I think it's just in a separate building of its own. So yeah, so that's
you heard it here, guys. Toxic Fox, one of our by the way, one of the constants that tunes in every single week. Thank you, by the way, we appreciate it. Is also one of our vendors. She's claiming it as a late birthday celebration too. So you know what that means for the karaoke. We're all gonna get up and we're all gonna sing happy birthday.
There you
Toxic Fox for sure. So remind me because I plan on being well and truly drunk by then. So it's for charity. I'm drinking for charity. I'm drinking
exactly.
It's fine.
Are you going to be at Anime North? Are you going to be helping Aaron again? I'm assuming this year.
Unfortunately, by the way, Aaron doesn't know this, so I'm hoping he's not watching. I did initially put in my stuff for that, but then I haven't talked about a ton on the show. But the TV show that
that's right.
We are filming that weekend.
Yeah.
Right. So unfortunately, I can't do Anime North this year, which is kind of sucks. I had a good time last year doing that very specific thing with Aaron. But yeah, this year we're going to be starting filming the weekend before and then that weekend as well. So I can't go this year. So
yeah,
sorry,
the VR
Aaron,
stuff we were doing last year was fun.
It was pretty cool.
People were loving it, and we had a bunch of different. There he is.
Good to see you, buddy. Excited for AN, says Cat Girl George. Oh yeah, I mean,
there you go.
Last year was the first year that he and I had gone, and it was like the sheer number of people was bonkers.
I wasn't prepared for what Anime North was.
No, and by the way, we spent most of our time in the back building in the gaming area. Yeah. So, but we made sure to come out and see sort of the rest of it while we were doing sort of some lives from that. And
when we got outside, man, it was just insane.
My goodness.
And I feel like it's because they've made it accessible. There's a lot of people that go, that dress up, that hang out, that party, that never even go into the con.
Never buy a ticket. No, they just lobby con the whole time. Well, lawn con, I guess you would almost call it, right?
Yeah.
And Anime North has like gotten into that. Like they're doing shows outside now, and they got all the food trucks set up outside and everything. Like they're catering to that because they know they're still going to find a way to get them to spend money and such. They don't necessarily need them to get in. So, yes, guys, for everybody going to Anime North at the end of May, have the best time. Unfortunately, your boys here will not be in attendance.
No, not this year. Not this year.
But the next show you're talking about, I will be going to for sure.
Niagara Falls, May 30th to June 1st. I mean, we're not going to get into the summer at this point, but I mean, that's as close as we're going to go. You know, I don't know if I don't think we're going to be going this year with the way things are going in terms of selling the houses and
of course,
for a new house and all that. Yeah. Like, we're going to be in the middle of all that. So, you know, I'm kind of happy actually. We again, we sent them an email. We tried to apply for it again this year.
Yep.
And this year I'm kind of relieved, not happy, but relieved that they didn't say, "Hey, you guys are in for your first year. Come and show us what you can do."
Right.
Because holy shit, man,
you got a lot on your plate right now.
Yeah.
I was fortunate at Toronto Game Expo that the good folks at Cosplay for a Cause, used to be Cosplay for a Cure, that run, the cosplay contest, which they also run at Niagara Falls, asked me to come out and host the meetups and such that they're doing throughout the weekend. So I will be there in an official capacity with Cosplay for a Cause all weekend long, hosting all the different meetups throughout the entire weekend. So if you are looking to find me and do some cool stuff, I won't have the same freedom of movement that I've had in Niagara Falls Comic Cons in the past, but I don't know why JS is now hidden on the screen.
I have no idea what's going on.
Hey, there he is.
That was weird.
But yes, I will be there in a official capacity this year, working with the good folks at Cosplay for a Cause with all the different meetups and such. So
hey, make sure you don't forget to pitch the podcast when you're.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm bringing the megaphone with me. It's gonna be fine.
Oh, are you really?
It's like giving a 4-year-old a whistle. It's going to be brilliant. Love it.
We haven't done enough with that megaphone, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree. So I'm not bringing the whole audio setup with me. I don't think there's room for me to set that all up anyway, but I'm definitely bringing the megaphone with me. Yeah. You heard it here, guys, for NFCC.
Hell yeah.
You're going to know your boys there. Don't worry about it. That's fine.
Again, thank you to Andrew Saxon, because that is...
100%.
Yeah. Key.
Yes.
How about Andrew Saxon, man? That shy guy, man. I freaking love that thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm considering potentially doing a big giant costume like that. that character is or what franchise. Maybe I do a Mario character like he's been doing. He's got his Bob Omb and his Shy Guy now. So I don't know, but I love it.
I
And
encourage this behavior.
he offered me to try it out, and I just didn't get a chance. Andrew, if you're still watching, I would love to try it out, one or the other, just to see what it's like in there. Shy
Andrew,
Guy's fun because it's interactive a little bit, right?
Dealing cosplay crack out here, Andrew. Like, just try it. It's like Christina with me. Like, just try on my Stormtrooper, will be fine. $2,000 later.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah.
The plant thing, that would be cool. A Bob Omb would be very cool. A Thwomp would be wicked. You could put a Thwomp together. That would be fantastic. Yeah, there's a bunch of cool things that you could do from that particular genre that I think would work really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I vote Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Shall we move on to the next segment, Seth?
I think we shall. And let's just roll. That's right. It is Cosplay Corner, or what we initially wanted to call it, Cosplay Confidential, which the intro for Cosplay Confidential was absolute genius until I was told, no, that's silly. Like, it shouldn't be saying Cosplay Corner. And then I just changed the intro. But in any case,
I don't remember any of that, by the way.
No. Do you want me to play that? I still have that intro if you want me to play it again.
Yeah, give her.
Yeah. Okay.
Who shit on that? I'm okay with it. Who shit on that? I didn't shit on that. Who told you that was no good?
I forget, but that's okay.
Well, it wasn't me, so
that's okay.
Anyway.
Where do we even start with this one? I think we've been saying every week, right? We've been trying to feature people that are involved in the community and people that are at this point. Again, not that we're always going to do this, but we'd like to try as much as we can to feature people that do more than just cosplay, that get involved, that do things for you guys as much as for anybody else. This one does stuff, and let's be honest, as far as the Geeks and Co goes, if there's one person that's been extremely involved in, especially in the last month or two, let's be honest, it's been our editor, Megan.
It really has.
I mean, she's been editing so many videos lately. She's been putting out so much stuff. Actually, she's been doing more than editing. Let me bring us back a little bit here. There we go. She's been putting thumbnails together. She's uploading stuff right to the I've been completely hands off, and not to mention, look at this badass fucking cosplay here. Can I say she put that together last minute in like 3 days?
3 days, yeah. No, I know, it's wild. And the crazy part here is she had kind of gotten away from doing a lot of this. Some of you guys may not know, but Megan's full-time job is making clothing. She makes sort of medieval or LARP inspired,
fantasy inspired
clothes.
Yeah.
That's her full-time job. She is a solo entrepreneur. She makes her living, her day-to-day living. She doesn't have a side job or a full-time job, and she does this on the side. Her entire work career is doing that full time, and she's made leaps and bounds doing that as far as that goes. Excuse me. And she kind of gotten away from making stuff specifically for cosplay, and then she just knocks that Rhaenyra out in like 3 days or whatever. And by the way, right before that, she had completed my Daemon Targaryen. So almost everything you see on my Daemon Targaryen is made by Megan. My last few costumes, she's helped me. My Witcher is made by Megan. So I've engaged Megan services quite a few times. Like I said, she's kind of gotten a little bit away from taking custom stuff for that type of thing. But as you can see here, she'll still dip in every now and then and just make herself something really, really dope, and then just transform herself into the character that she's portraying, which you can see here with her take on Poison Ivy, which is sort of a mashup between some of the comic book stuff and then the Uma Thurman version from Batman and Robin. And I mean, is there a sweeter soul than Megan. Like, is there a mean bone in this woman's body, for goodness sake? I don't know if I've even heard her yell at anybody, and I've known Megan for almost 10 years now. Like, she's
Does
just
she
so
swear at
easy.
all?
I've heard her swear on occasion,
Yeah.
but I don't know that I've ever seen her like legitimately like yell at somebody in anger. Like, she's almost entirely too wholesome. There she is with our Rob the Bad Guy. She's been an integral part of the Geeks and Company since we invited her in. And we are extraordinarily fortunate to have her on the team with what she brings, not just with the editing services that she does, but everything that she does for the team. So,
And I mean, she's a badass cosplayer.
and she's a badass cosplayer and has been for longer than I've been doing this.
Yeah,
so,
way longer than we both have been in this, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They're seen with Erica, who we'll probably talk about at some point in the near future as well, and our good friend Wendy. So, yeah, her stuff is dope. She makes dope stuff, and her passion for fandoms as well. Who's that idiot with her?
Look at that.
That was when we were working with our friend Dave Snapparitions. That was at Niagara Falls Comic Con a couple years ago.
And the after shows. You guys did a whole series of after shows.
Did a whole series of the after shows.
Right.
Until YouTube was like, no, you guys don't get to do that anymore. But we were like, well, thanks, YouTube. But for a while,
we got to figure out what the actual issue is there, and they were starting to gain some traction, those after shows, and it sucks that YouTube completely screwed us over with that. But anyway, I don't want to get into that.
Resting Witcher face though looks awesome. Both of you, yeah. She really got into this one character from the first season of Witcher called Renly, and we had an opportunity to shoot some stuff together, and then her and her friend Erica did Two Broke Girls, and I think that was at NFCC. She joined us for a big boys shoot. I don't think anybody will forever forget the Megans.
That was wicked.
Collective Poison Ivies. I think a few 14-year-old boys walking through were shot immediately through puberty for that time frame, because man, that was a lot of very attractive women that we had at our booth for that time frame. I think it was just a horseshoe of dudes watching these two just own the camera and own our booth. It was absolutely wild.
I want to say when they came out, well, Megan had been around for a while. Sorry, our Megan, that Valkyrie girl, had been around for a while, and then Megan, Missy
Magali,
Missy Magali, thank you,
showed
up, and then that was it.
No,
that was it. Right, the booth was shut down for like 2 hours, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
It was a wall of people wanting to take pictures and photographers, and it was just absolutely freaking bonkers.
No, crazy town. And that's just Megan in like a store-bought Zentai suit, and she still killed it. The Megan verse, exactly. So we wouldn't be where we are today without Megan's help, whether it be help with costumes or help with editing stuff, which is why we had her originally brought her into the team in the first place. And then just what she also just brings to the table, just her positivity, her generosity, her lack of drama. She's just a good human to be around. So yeah, look at that. Right in that. Go back to that description that Shay Hexel put in there. Yeah. That Valkyrie is such a sweet human. She can steal my Spock any day. Absolutely. She is. She's a sweet human, and we're lucky to have her. So, Megan, thanks for...
There's a couple more of you guys. This was on our DC day, same day, DC day.
Yep. Some old decrepit Batman-looking dude there.
And then the following day, Marvel
Captain
Day.
Widow.
Or the previous day, I should say.
Cap got even older. What's going on? That's like a multiverse Cap. It's like a 70.
You guys look good, bud. You guys look good.
I had so much hair then. Megan is a sweetheart. She is. No, she's fantastic. And just great cosplays on top of all that too, right? So, and by the way, for those of you that don't know, not only is Megan, does Megan do clothing and everything else, she's also a professionally trained model. She's been modeling for years and years and years and years. So, if you've ever seen her, I've worked with her on a couple of shoots, and it's almost crazy watching her, because you'll be standing there talking to her, and Megan's almost like, she's so wholesome and sweet and everything else. And then the photographer will come out and it's time for a professional shoot, and she turns into a completely different person. It's like a light switch goes off. And by the way, it happens in cosplay too, we went out and did a huge Lord of the Rings shoot, and she was in Galadriel, and we were outside, and we had this huge waterfall behind us, and then just watching her like just transform into this like fairy creature, like ethereal. I'm just like, how in the fuck is she doing? It's wild watching the change that comes over her when it's time to model. Yeah, I don't know how the hell she does it. So,
not to mention that those pictures were.
As soon as I saw those pictures come back, I'm looking at pictures of me as Boromir. This is not being self-deprecating. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I saw the pictures of Megan. I was like, why am I even in this hobby? Like, what am I even fucking doing? Like, that's
they
crazy.
Were I'm trying to go back here and find it, but yeah, well, here it is.
Wild. Like, fuck off, dude. Like, what are we even doing? Like, that's crazy. Yeah. What's the next slide on that? Is that the same? Yeah. Anyways.
Hang on, there it is.
Oh no, it's another picture. Okay. Yeah, no, it's bonkers. It's bonkers. Just watching her transform herself into whatever character it is that she's into and portraying and stuff. So
yeah.
Yep. Glad to have her aboard.
Valkyrie girl, if you're not following her on Instagram, go give her a follow.
More importantly,
Valkyrie Custom Wear.
No, sorry, she's changed it.
Oh, did she really?
Yes, I believe it's now Valkyrie Collections.
Ah, you're right. Correct.
So yes, if you are interested, that's also her website. So if you're interested in fantasy inspired wear, go check out her stuff. It is extraordinary. Fair season is coming up too, so you're probably going to be able to see Megan at some of your favorite Renaissance fairs and medieval fairs throughout the Southwestern Ontario region, and you can buy from her at those areas
which also means she's probably, like, if you want something custom done, this is probably not going to be the season for that, right? You're gonna
well, yes and no,
getting into busy season, but
true. But especially if it's something that's sort of medieval or fantasy inspired, she does keep her hand in. It's not like she's not doing any of that anymore. As you saw, she knocked out that Rhaenyra in 3 days, so she absolutely can do it. So and I had her do my Daemon, and she did a fantastic job on that too. So
yeah, your Daemon looks dope.
She did a great job, man. Fantastic job.
She did your Boromir.
Did Boromir, did Witcher.
And your Witcher.
Yeah.
Wow.
Zero complaints on any of that stuff. Money well spent. Megan, thank you for all the work that you do for us and for the community at large.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that make like stuff that you could see on TV, right? Like movie accurate. Not that it's movie accurate, but movie or screen quality costumes. Right?
She's very particular as well. Like, yeah, she pays attention to the details, so she wants to get it right.
Look at this.
Your boy
Mr.
Sam
Cino in the chat. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, friends. It's been a minute. Sam, good to see you, brother. You and I still have to have a conversation. We got to get together and fix the one cosplay that I've got that we were working on. We'll plan that soon. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, you do need to get that.
We'll get that sorted out.
Taken care of.
I keep meaning to reach out to him and set something up, but it's been busy and crazy and everything else. But Sam, you and I will talk and we'll get all that sorted out. Don't you worry. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Should we do just a tip? It's not really a tip. It's more of a thing, but you might as well, right?
Yeah, we'll close out with just the tip. Just.
Well,
Terrible.
Just
Awful. Life is lifing all good. What's the tip of the week, JS?
We again, it's not really a tip as much as it's something that me and Rob discovered when we were building the throne. We are used to working with foam, and we would hear a lot of people talking about different types of thermoplastics online, like Sintra or PVC foam core, or these kind of plastics that, like, for example, Adam Savage rants and raves about, that we didn't really know where or how to find in big supply. We ended up finding him on Facebook Marketplace. Guys, there are vendors of things like plastics, or whatever you want to call it, anything you could think of, foam, on Facebook Marketplace. Don't be afraid to go check and search there. Now, we found is called PVC sheet, which in the US they call PVC foam board. Now, not to be confused with foam core, right? That's a completely different thing. Foam core is just cardboard with foam in the middle. This is an actual soft or open cell plastic. So it's a thermoplastic where you can heat it and shape it and do whatever you want, kind of like with foam. But once it hardens, well, now it's hard because it's a plastic. The whole throne was built in that. So all the swords on the throne that you're sitting on was built in this PVC sheet stuff. So if you're looking into building any kind of armor, Mandalorians, any kind of thing where you want a hard plastic, a thermal plastic, it's not going to cost you an arm and a fucking leg like Warbler. And that's actually going to give you a nice, smooth finish. Check out PVC sheet. Just look that up. You're going to find it a bit everywhere. They come in different thicknesses from really, really thin to really, really thick.
Thick.
This was our first time working with it, and I know Rob fell in love with it. He's the one that suggested actually this as a tip. It's an amazing product to work with. If you're a maker and you want to make something cool and you want it to be hard, you don't want to spend Warbler money.
Thick and hard. Can we settle down, please? I'm getting
hard.
Thick and hard.
Check out some PVC sheets. They're pretty neat. They're fun to work with. Oh, and you don't need anything special to cut it. We were cutting those sword thickness sheets with an X-Acto knife.
Nice.
You score it 2 or 3 times with an X-Acto knife, and it snaps right off, and you get a nice, clean, perfect cut every time.
Triple C. That's right. Thick.
Midlife saying, awesome tip, JS. Oh, well, thanks, Mr. Richard. Although, like I said, not really a tip, but check it out. It's a neat product, and we had been looking for a long time for something like that, and now we know. So we're going to be using it more.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have tips that you'd like us to talk about in the future, or you have a tip yourself that you want to bring to the table, please let us know. We're happy to explore your tip. But just the tip, just for a second, just to see how it feels. I promise I'll take it right back out again. Anyways.
Oh, boy, Jeffrey, any plans for the weekend?
Yes. So we have a pre-production meeting for the show on Saturday that's taking place. Just an excuse for the cast, as much of the cast as we can to get together.
Yep.
Before we start filming. Filming starts in May. I believe the first filming date is May 17th. So and we're filming from May on weekends right through till November. And as Rob, our good friend who is the writer, casting director, producer, and director, is fond of saying, I have to be there for every single day of shooting. So, because I'm in most of the scenes, which is going to be interesting. So our good friend Midlife, who's there now, is also going to be in the film, as is Megan.
Yeah.
So there are some people here that are going to be. I keep seeing film because the original concept of it was as a film. So it's called A Long Ride Home, which does have you can find it on IMDb. Excuse me. So for those of you that don't know, last year we filmed about a 20-minute pilot, I guess you would call it. That meant to be the first chunk of a feature film. And Rob took it around to some various shows, and he ended up showing it at the Windsor Center for Performing Arts. And that resulted in him being able to submit it to Bell Canada as a pilot for a 6-episode Canadian content series that they would show on the Bell 5 network. And they agreed. And so they're funding this particular project for us. And principal casting is done. The script is in its 13th iteration. I'm hoping that's it now. And then there's also the filming schedule has now been released. So we start filming next month, and we're going to go weekends through until November. So if you're looking to get me to come out and do stuff over the spring, summer, and fall on the weekend, it might be different. It might be difficult. So looking forward to it, Jeff. You too, Richard. I think. No, Richard does have a couple scenes that I'm not in, but I think the bulk of the scenes is Richard and I doing stuff together, and we're not friends in this. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be interesting. So it is a biker drama. I play a lawyer that is far removed from the hometown that he grew up in, where his father was a biker. His father is killed, and he has to go back to that hometown and interact with all the people he knew in his troubled youth to try to solve essentially his father's murder and reconnect with the people that were important in his life back then, now that he's a much different person. So Some fantastic people on the cast that I got to work with in the first iteration. By the way, we have to reshoot everything that we shot. Bell was very specific. They're like, yeah, we love it. It's great. Can you just redo all of this? So we had to do a little bit of recasting. For some weird reason, they didn't ask to recast me, but here we are. We're going to see what happens. And once it's done, we submit it back to Bell. And Bell will show it as a 6-episode series on their FIBE network, FIBE. So you have to be a Bell 5 subscriber to see it. Once they do that 6-month run, they give it back to us, and Rob will then recut it into a feature film, which is what his intention was all along. And then he will then tour it on film at film festivals and everything else. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it will lead to more work with Bell or whoever that would be moving forward as some additional Canadian content. So
in other words, there's going to be a 6-hour and a 2.5-hour version of this movie.
I believe so. Yes, as far as I know, this script it's like 103 pages is what the working script is. So, and I think I've got lines on every goddamn page. So it's going to be. It's going to be a test, guys. I've not taken a single acting class in my entire life. I have worked with Rob, and I've worked with some other filmmakers and some projects in the past, but I've never taken on anything remotely close to this. So I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie, but I have confidence in the team and in the crew and in Rob and in everybody else. And we're regardless, it's going to be an amazing shoot and a great time. Mostly shot in the Chatham area. Bell was actually really specific about that. Like, we really want you to focus on the fact that this is happening in Chatham. This is Canadian content. We want to make sure people watching this know this is happening.
So the story happens in Chatham.
In Chatham, absolutely. And that's where
they have bikers. They have actual bikers in Chatham.
Apparently they do. So, and the vast majority of the shooting will happen in the Chatham and surrounding areas. So I think there are some scenes that we're going to be in, like maybe have Windsor,
yeah, surrounding areas.
London, but the vast majority of it is going to be shot in Chatham with all the groovy cast and crew people that are there throughout. So yeah, so that's Saturday. Some of us are going to meet in Chatham, just more almost like a meet and greet. It's like a pre-production, but it's almost like a meet and greet, so everybody can kind of see faces and put names to faces, and for all the new people that we had to cast. So
you did mention that they had to recast some roles. Last time we were talking, they were recasting some roles, like you mentioned, Richard and Megan. Has all the casting been done now? Or are they still looking, or is it all good to go? And
as far as I know, all the casting is done. So like I said, the filming locations have been chosen, the scenes have been set, and the dates have all been done. So
shooting schedule is
here's the thing. So like I said, Rob Bellamy is the gentleman that is so again, the writer, the casting director, the producer, and the director. He's also the guy that runs CK Expo, which is happening in 2 weeks. So our brother's got a lot on his plate. So essentially this was like, we need to get through CK Expo first, and then we'll start shooting about 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks after that. So we'll be sure in those ensuing 3 weeks after CK Expo and before we start shooting that we kind of have all of our ducks in a row. But as far as I know, all the locations have been scouted. Any of the places that we needed to, we're shooting at the only strip bar in Chatham. It's called Spanky's. So there's a scene there. So apparently that's all been arranged and all of that's been taken care of. So I have to learn to ride a motorcycle too, which is it's going to be interesting. I've been on the back of a motorcycle. My dad had one when I was a kid, but I've never actually like driven a motorcycle. So that's going to be interesting.
So you're going to be riding a motorcycle.
I'm going to be riding a motorcycle for a couple of different scenes. And by the way, I'd like to point out too, I know Rob's not watching this right now, but maybe we'll have to play this back for him. But in those 103 pages, I get my ass kicked at least 4 times. And even the fight I win, I won't tell you when that happens, but even the fight I win, I still get my ass kicked in that fight. I think Rob's working through some stuff with me and sort of the contentious relationship that we've had for the past 10 years. Cause he wrote it. And I'm sure every time he's writing, like, my character's name is Mick Gale. And I'm sure he's just like, and Mick gets his ass kicked in this scene again. And he's very detailed about the kind of shit kicking I take in this scene. So
Rob, what do you have against our boy here, man?
I'm just saying, like I said, we do tend to have a pretty shit talky type relationship. So I'm sure this is just like final one-uppance on me that he just wrote into the script that I just keep getting my ass handed to me. So Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to give you guys more information when I have it, where you're going to be able to watch it, especially when it comes off of Bell and it comes back to us, and we're going to start touring it out, how you can watch the film and where it will be seen. So stay tuned for all that. I'll be sure to share this on the program. So
yeah, we're definitely going to want to get our hands on a copy of that for sure. So you guys did a screening at London Comic Con last year. Unfortunately,
we did.
I wasn't able to go. So a bunch of people went. Yeah. So we held the fort then at the booth while I think Jen was there, Megan was there.
Yeah.
Like the whole
Michael, Icon, Sean,
there,
a bunch of them came out for it.
So so I can't.
And their feedback was invaluable. No. They were super great. They had lots to say afterwards. They had lots of great feedback to give, which I then forwarded on to the cast and crew. So, but that was before we knew. Like we didn't know it was gonna be. I was like, it's just like I've been part of a bunch of these projects where it's just like we're filming it on our dime and our time, and we're just having fun and messing around. And then we submitted it to Bell, and we're like, nothing will happen. And then Bell's like, here's some money. Go make a show. We were like, wait, what?
Were you gonna pay us to do this?
Yeah, you're like, what? Like actual money to like get locations and stuff. So stay tuned. We'll let you know what we'll see, and you'll get to see me act. It's gonna be something.
Listen, I have all the confidence in the world.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad somebody does, because I'm shitting my pants, but that's okay. We're going to make it through. I've got an amazing cast and crew around me, like amazing, so supportive. So I'm not worried from that aspect. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be fine.
Listen, I'm going to toot your horn for a second here. You are the main character.
Don't do that.
In a pilot that was picked up by Bell, who wanted you to stay on.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's fine. It's going to be
great. So, you'll be good. You don't. You got this, buddy. You got this.
How's that beard coming along, Richard? They asked him to grow a beard out for his
Doesn't he grow a beard on command? Doesn't he like go like this and then he's
I do the same. Remember 2 weeks ago when my lighting was all dark because I didn't have anything on my face?
And now your beard's back.
You just push them on the top of my head and beard comes up. But
I feel like
no acting, Jeff, just be. Well, I am a bit of a douchebag in this film, especially for the first half of it. So I think you're right, Richard. I think we'll just channel my inner douchebag. It'll be fine.
There you go.
It'll be good. We'll have a good time. Anyways, enough of that.
Yeah, I think that is gonna be it for this week. Do you have any suggestions in terms of tips of the week? Let us know.
Cosplay guests you'd like us to feature. You are one of those.
Community news, let us know. Although the community news is usually Rob's thing, so if you have any community news, send it to Rob. He will add it to the list, and we'll mention it. Otherwise, I think that is going to be it for this week. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you stay geeky. We'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss an episode.